Hey guys, it's Vanessa here again. I'm a little sick. I dyed my hair last week. But see, the thing about having black hair is that you need to dye it quite a few times in order for something to show up. In this lighting, I don't know if you can tell, it's like supposed to be like a little bit of a burgundy, but it's definitely like a lighter black. Maybe a brown. We'll stick with brown. Check it out, you know I'm repping Go Cougs, the best school in Washington. If you don't know who that is, go slap yourself. Go Cougs. So this week, actually, that ties into what I want to talk to you guys about. How I became a sister. Thanks, mom and dad. No, not really. A different type of sister. I mean, I do have a sister. We're gonna talk about sororities? Yeah, we're gonna talk about sororities. And tell you guys a story of how I became a sorority girl. Not block them because they're so beautiful. You know, I'm not saying that my sorority is the best, even though it is. But you know, it's like pretty lovely, if you didn't already know. Because guess what? My sorority is about to celebrate their founding day on Monday, February 8th. The one thing that I loved about college is that a lot of my memories come from being in my organization, being in my sorority. They're also probably the reason why I never was in a relationship in college, because it can be pretty intimidating. I mean, they were just as protective as real family members and real sisters, which can be scary when you have like 20 girls you have to impress in order to date one of us. Trust me. You have to get the approval from each and every one of us to date one of our sisters. Let me go back to my story. When I first arrived at college, I didn't want to join a sorority. Some of my friends were asking. I was like, no, that's not for me. Do you see those girls? I'm not that girl. Back in high school, I was what you could consider a nerd. But I was like a weird hybrid of a popular nerd because people knew who I was because I was so involved. But I wasn't one of the popular kids. I believed in the full, like, sorority stereotype. But what a lot of people don't know is that there's more than one type of Greek community. Besides the traditional Greeks that we see commonly on Greek Row and stuff like that, there are also academic, social, and multicultural Greek organizations. Now, the sorority at John's was, you know, a multicultural Greek one. A lot of people think of multicultural Greeks, if they've ever even heard of them, they think of Stomp the Yard, which is partially accurate to some extent. And here's the thing with multicultural Greeks, a lot of people are afraid to join because they're like, oh, I don't really fit that minority that they represent, so I don't think I should join. Which is not even true. I mean, I'm a part of an Asian American Pacific Islander sorority. Yes, I am Asian American, but that just happened to be a coincidence. We have tons of sisters of different ethnicities and backgrounds, and it's all about finding a brotherhood or a sisterhood that you can relate to, that can help serve you, and all that great stuff. So, going back into it, I was hesitant at first, to be honest. I was really hesitant at first because I didn't know what they were about. And my mentor was like, oh, you don't have to join us, but we have a lot of events going on in the beginning of the school year. Come on out. There's like a barbecue, ice cream social, game night. Yep, you know me. I'm going to come out there for the free food. That's how I gave my freshman 15. Actually, it was like freshman 20. I don't really like to party. And I mean, at the time, I waited till I was 21 to drink. So I was just like, not about that party life. I was like, cool, we could go out. I mean, I wasn't antisocial either. But thought sororities were all about the stereotypes. Meeting boys, all this other stuff. I was like, I'm here to get an education. Otherwise, my Asian parents will disown me. And before you knew it, like, I realized these girls weren't your stereotype sorority sisters. Like, they came from all different walks of life. They weren't ditzy girls. They were actually really smart, really involved in the community. They were leaders on campus. They just had great personalities too, and it's all, like I said before, it's all about finding who you really fit in with. Like, they shouldn't mold you into something that you're not, rather than accepting you for who you are and trying to make you a better version of yourself, which is what I found in my sorority. They kind of filled a need that I was looking for when I was away from my family. I was a whole state wide away from, you know, my older sister, my actual biological sister, and my parents. So I didn't have that family feel. I was on my own for the very first time. And like, having friends was great, but having people that you could consider family was that missing part that I was looking for. And my sorority was able to fill that for me. They were the people that I would wake up and hope to see around campus just so I could stop and have a conversation with them in between classes. And they were the people that I knew I could pick up the phone and call, and they would respond in a heartbeat kind of situation. So that's ultimately why I had changed my whole perspective about joining a community. Because it wasn't what I had thought it was in the first place. I totally had believed in all the stereotypes, and my organization proved me wrong, honestly. And to this day, the people I still talk to on a daily basis are my sisters, even after I graduated college. We have the videos and the photos to laugh at. When I walked across that stage, I was wearing my letters to get my diploma, repping hardcore, and my sisters were there to congratulate me afterwards. You know, you look back at those things, and it's memories that no one else can take away, and no one else can really understand unless there's a part of something like that. Hands down, looking back at it, one of the best experiences in my overall college career that I could say I would never take it back. I mean, I'm not saying you have to join one, because I know friends that have had just as great of college experiences as I have, and they weren't a part of a Greek organization. I feel like even if you are doubting, you know, whether or not being a part of a Greek organization is for you, I say just go for it. Try it out. You never know. It might surprise you. Either it's going to be for you or it's not going to be for you. And you just, the only way you can really find that out is if you actually try it. Thanks again, you guys. Thanks for watching. I know this one was kind of long, but I hope to see you guys next week. Because next week we're going to talk about Valentine's Day. Am I going to find a significant other by Valentine's Day? I have like 2 weeks. Well, check out my next video. My class name is Inception. What? Why is your name Inception, Vanessa? Sorry, can't tell you that's confidential. But you know, I'll be blowing people's minds. I promise I'm as crazy as I seem, if not more. But it's okay. It's just me.